Hi, I'm Lisa Moody. I'm an interior designer, and today we're going to talk about choosing hardwood floors. It's the most important decision that you'll make in your interior. It's easier to change out a couch or a chair or a desk, but a hardwood floor is a really permanent fixture. So where do you start? First, you need to decide the look that you're wanting to achieve in your home. Oak is a really popular choice right now, and a more plain board would lend itself to a more contemporary room. So less knots, a select grade is a really good choice. Now, because it is quite hardy, you're not going to see the scratches and dings as much, whereas walnut, although it's just a stunning piece of wood, it is often a little bit more temperamental. If you have a dog or even young children, it's probably not your best choice because it will scratch and ding more. Your oak can also be a number 1 grade, and it would have 1 to 2 knots per board, and that would be more of a modern farmhouse look, a little bit more warm and rustic. Then you go down to something like a fir or a pine. Those are really soft woods, and they will show the dings and scratches. Maybe you want to be able to see the character of the wood and you want to be able to see the scratches and dings, and it would be considered a character grade where it's been distressed already, or these soft woods that will definitely distress over time. Another thing to consider about your hardwood floors is the finish. An oil-based finish has really gained popularity, but you need to make sure that you reapply the oil every 5 to 6 years. It can really soak into the wood and can leave your wood exposed to really trapping some dirt. The other thing that I would consider is the wire brushing. You'd be hard pressed to find oak that's not a little bit wire brushed, but the deeper wire brushing creates areas that can trap the dirt, especially on an oil floor. Polyurethane finish, they've come a long way with it. You can get a water-based polyurethane that is more of a natural product, and it doesn't soak into the wood the same way an oil does, and it can fill some of these wire brushed grooves in order to prevent the dirt from being trapped. One more thing to consider is if your floor is going to be exposed to direct sunlight, make sure that your finish has a UV blocker in it, because the direct sunlight will definitely change the color of your floor. I often get asked the difference between an engineered wood or a hardwood. An engineered wood is a small layer of hardwood that is glued to a plywood. This creates a more stable plank and you get less expansion or contraction. If you want a hardwood, it's really best to not have it on radiant heat or in damp areas of the home because it is just more susceptible to expansion and contraction. You would choose a hardwood if you want a finish on site so that you have no breaks in between the planks of wood. But it's often a little bit more unstable of an environment for finishing, so you might not get a perfect finish like you would with an engineered floor that's been finished in a factory. When considering the budget of your hardwood floors, you need to take a few things into consideration. Where is the floor manufactured? The species of the wood. Something like a black walnut wood would be a lot more expensive than a maple or an oak or a fir. Also, you need to consider the process of the finishing. If you like a style of wood that needs to be bleached and then stained and then finished, there's a lot more processes to that, so it's going to be more expensive. The other thing that you might want to consider is the width of your wood. We typically use a 6 to 7 inch wide wood. For smaller spaces, you could go with a 5-inch wood, and that would probably reduce the cost of the wood. For larger open spaces, you could go with a larger width of wood, and that would definitely bring your cost up. The other thing that you really want to consider is just where you're purchasing your wood from. Make sure you're buying from a reputable source. Taking all those things into consideration, I'm sure you can find something that'll suit your budget.
Okay, I'm Stefan Terschler. I'm the Product and Underwriting Manager for Square One Insurance, which basically means I read a lot and create new coverage for our customers. Remember to talk to your home insurance provider before you begin any renovations or improvements to your home. You may need to update your policy so that coverage remains in force during the project. And you may need to account for the difference between your old materials and the new materials if you want coverage to be in place along the way. For example, if your new flooring is worth substantially more than your old flooring, you'll want to increase the reconstruction cost on your home to account for that new flooring just in case a loss occurs. Some home insurance providers will require that you notify them of any planned renovations to your home over a set dollar value. If you're not sure what that dollar value is, talk to your home insurance provider before you begin any work. Home insurance providers are careful about homes that are under renovation and unoccupied at the same time. This is because they're usually at much greater risk of loss than a home that you're living in during the renovations. Make sure you tell your home insurance provider in advance if you plan on moving out during the work. If you have any questions about renovations and your home insurance, visit squareoneinsurance.com.
I'll often get asked what my pick is for wood flooring, and I'd probably say the white oak. It's just a beautiful wood that if it's not wire brushed too much, then there's not a lot of places for the dirt to get trapped. And it comes in a variety of different stains. I don't love the gray stain. I just feel like it's a trend that's just gonna go away, and it's not a natural color for this wood. So once you've gathered all the information that we've talked about today, you just need to go out and find a floor that is durable enough for your lifestyle and that it also suits the aesthetic for your home. Thanks for watching. See you next time.